Alright guys, so the future Gohan banner is out on JP Dokkan, and I figured that this was going to be a good video to make. Now, here's what future Gohan's banner looks like. These are just the main units. We have future Gohan himself, we have Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, Tech Vegeta Blue, and then Int Spirit Bomb Sword Rage Trunks. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, just from these 4 units alone, I do kind of consider this banner like a must summon. Like, I'm going to go over why a little bit more in depth, but this banner, I think, is a lot better than a lot of us were expecting. I actually was really taken by surprise because I thought the layout of the banner was going to be a bit different. So, going through it, we have our usual 7 SSRs. That's the usual amount of SSRs for a Dokkan Fest. Nothing different there. Now, big thing I do want to point out to people, there's 3 featured SRs. Those do not impact your rates of getting an SSR, because the way it'll work is, you know, you got your 10% chance to get an SSR, a 60% chance to get an SR. Let's say you roll a 60% chance to get an SR, it's just you're going to have a much higher rate of getting one of these guys than, like, you know, any other, like, SR, if you guys get what I'm saying. But if you roll this, you get that 10% for an SSR, like, the SRs don't impact that. I do always see, people misinterpreting how it works, that if there's more featured SRs on the banner, it fucks with the rates. But all it really means is that you're going to see these units over and over and over again as you summon, just because they're going to have a much better chance of being pulled amongst the SR units, right? So, looking at the featured units, wow, there's 4 featured SRs is a lot. The Bardock is really good, though, because you could, you know, raise his SA, and then the Trunks, because you could raise their SA, and then even 17 and 18, you're able to raise their SA as well. I really wish these 2 are not on the banner. So, okay. So we have Future Gohan, right? Future Gohan is not farmable. He's a very good unit, and his category is going to be very good. And on top of how good it is, where is the... I have the future category. Yeah, here it is. On top of how good the future category is, it's going to be very good for free-to-play players, because you have LR Vegeta Blue on this category. Now, there are definitely people out there who are not able to get him yet, but, like, let's be honest here. LR Vegeta Blue is now very easy to get. Since they put the 10 Patara medals in the Baba shop, it is very, very simple, I think, process. You just have to go through the grind to get LR Vegeta Blue. So if you're a free-to-play player and you have him, it makes sense to, you know, either use any free-to-play zones you have saved up or target this banner specifically, so you can get this future Gohan to run the future category, or try and get Super Saiyan 3 Bardock or Tech Vegeta Blue. Now, the one big thing, of course, is that this category does already have a free-to-play leader as well in this Trunks. He is the future category key 3, HP, attack, and defense 70%. So he's a pretty good leader for this team. So you don't necessarily have to have the future Gohan, but, you know, you can also run this guy on this team. Like, again, there's a couple of, you know, I'd say easy enough to obtain, like, free-to-play LRs that will make this category, you know, very, very good to kind of use. And then, like, units like Merge Zamasu or AGL Rose Goku Black, I would say are pretty common at this point. You know, they've been on so many banners, or physical Goku Black, that I think even a lot of free-to-play players would really have a lot of the units on this category, so you could build, like, a solid future team, right? Like, these are the most really... Vegeta Blue units and, like, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black units, they're, like, the 2 most popular characters, like, in the game. Like, in terms of how people will see those guys and want to summon badly on banners with them in it. So I'd say this is a good banner to summon on, you know, because the future category is a category you really can build towards. Now, in terms of, like, is the future category, like, top 5 best categories in the game? I don't know. I definitely don't think it's top 3. The top 3 is probably, like, Super Saiyan 3, Fusion, and Patara. I would say those are the top 3 teams. And then, like, honestly, like, Realm of Gods, I think, is better than the future team as well. So, like, it's kind of, you know, we'd have to discuss it further. But I don't think Future Arc is, like, the best team in the game. But it's a very good one for free-to-play players, right? So, that Gohan's really good. Tech Vegeta Blue, obviously, well, here, I can go over Gohan right here, too. He does raise attack and defense. He's got the 100% attack. You know, he is able to reduce damage by 10% every turn up to 50%. He increases his defense the lower his health gets. Like, Future Gohan, very good offensive and defensive unit, right? Now, Tech Vegeta Blue. He is the hardest hitting unit in the game that's not an LR. Just the amount of damage as he's able to attack more and more will ramp up more and more, and he's a very busted unit. So, like, this guy is fantastic to have, and he's great on the Realm of Gods team, Potara team, and Future team. Now, I will say this. The Realm of Gods team, he is absolutely a dream. He fits perfectly because he works so well with Ultra Instinct Goku and the other units on that team. Now, the Potara team and the Future team, though, he doesn't have Over in a Flash with anyone on those teams. So, it's difficult for him to get his 12-key super. I mean, he does attack so many times that it's not really the most important thing in the world, but that's still something to definitely consider, right? Now, I'm not a big fan of running him as a leader and running that super team. I just think you're much better off running category teams. That's, you know, a lot better of an idea. Now, you also have Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Now, this was fucking stunning to me that Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is on this banner. I would say this is... I want to say he's the most underrated unit in the game just because people don't ever talk about him. Like, I never really... People are talking about him right now for Global because he's about to come out in a few days. But, like, this guy is... Like, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is fucking insane. Like, the Super Saiyan 3 category team is the most damaging team in the game. So, many people consider that the best team in the game. So, you know, that alone, already his leader skill is a win. Plus, you know, Super Int type key plus 3, HP attack and defense 90%. So LR Gohan, Int Gogeta, Ultra Instinct Goku, LR Super Vegeta will all fit on this team. And, you know, a lot of those are units that, you know, some of you guys might have. So it's very easy to build a Super Saiyan 3 team and a Super Saiyan 3 team that is very compatible with each other. Because, like, Int Gogeta fits so seamlessly on the Super Saiyan 3 team since Int Gogeta has Prepare for Battle and Over in a Flash and Fierce Battle, which he shares with almost every unit on that category. And then, of course, Super Saiyan. So these units all work so perfectly. And Int Gogeta also has Experienced Fighters, which is a 10% attack link that he shares with Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, as well as Super Saiyan 3 Gohan and LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So just a lot of good stuff with Bardock and the Super Saiyan 3 team. He has a medium chance to seal super, which is crazy. He gets attack and defense 100% when performing a super attack, which is very good. Because it's when he attacks, the buff is going to become more meaningful than if he would just, like, did it normally, right? And then he gives a buff to allies, super type allies when HP 70% or below. 40% attack buff is very good, right? So already, like, these 3 units at the top of the banner are nuts, bro. Like, all 3 of these guys on this banner alone, I would say makes this one of the best banners ever in the game's history. Just because I always kind of say like this. Like, if you're a free-to-play player, you don't want to summon on, like, an LR banner, right? Because you could get lucky and get, like, LR Bojack, but chances are you're going to get, like, you know, AGL Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, who was, you know, featured on that banner, or STR Zamasu, who's featured on that banner. Those are, like, worthless units, right? At least on this banner, if you don't get one of the main 3, you get STR Rage Trunks, who's very good, or Int Spirit Bomb Sword Rage Trunks, who's also very good. So, here's LR Vegeta Blue, who obviously can be used on the category as well. I did just want to bring him up because, you know, even if you don't have Tech Vegeta Blue, this guy will work very good on the future category team. Now, looking at the Int Spirit Bomb Sword Rage Trunks, he's pretty good for Hybrid Saiyans for LR Gohan. He'll be pretty good on the future category team, but he's going to be very good on Perfect Cell's EZA, which should be coming on June 7th is the release date of that. So this Trunks will be, like, essential for taking that down. So that's another reason you might want to acquire a copy of this guy, or maybe if you already have him. I'm not a big fan of units that rely on, like, a key type orb to do damage, but he's still a pretty good unit. And then the SCR Rage Trunks is a very good defensive and damage mitigation type unit. So I wouldn't ever sleep on him at all. Honestly, if it wasn't for, like, the Int one, I would already rainbow this guy anyway. I have been thinking about it. I mean, he would work pretty good on the future team, and he would work pretty good on the Hybrid Saiyan team as well as a defensive type unit. And he's always very good in something like Super Battle Road or Dokkan Battlefield. You know, those modes, this Trunks is quite good. So that basically covers all of that, right? Basically, the top 5 units on this banner are very, very good. The top 3 are amazing. They're in like the highest tier of units in this game. Now, you also have Android 17 and 18 here. Now, they're very useful, but you're going to have trouble, I think, coming up with teams for them. Because outside of the future category team, like, I don't know that you're going to be running Extreme AGL very much in this day and age. And, like, Android 18 is pretty good, and she worked pretty good on that team, but still, it's kind of like, you know, we're waiting for, like, an Android category, I think, for these two. Same with the 17. Like, he's really only going to be useful on that future category team. I'm going to try, you know, running these Android units because they're very good. Like, they do so much. Like, they do Supreme. 17 raises attack, 18 raises their defense. They have attack and defense of 70%, which is very good. And then they change key spheres all over the place. I'm really going to have to test out, like, how useful that's going to be with them changing all these key spheres. Because, like, she changes physical to rainbow and changes int to physical. I presume the way this works is that when health is 70% or below, changing int to physical will work first. So she'll be changing int and physical into AGL. So once your health gets low, they're really going to be turning the tide, getting a lot of orbs, which can be very good for, you know, Tech Vegeta Blue, I guess, who doesn't have Over in a Flash with any units on that category, or LR Goku Black, who needs his 18 key super, the free-to-play Trunks, who needs his 18 key super, and then, of course, you know, the LR Super Saiyan Trunks right there. Another thing, guys, people are still slowly realizing this, but the physical Super Saiyan LR Trunks and the AGL Super Saiyan LR Trunks can both be used alongside each other, because one is Super Saiyan Trunks Future and one is Super Saiyan Trunks Teen. They have different names, so you could use both on one team. All in all, definitely, I would say this is a must summon for free-to-play players. The only way I would say don't summon on this is if you have already, like, Tech Vegeta Blue and, like, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and like, you know, you're going into it knowing, like, you know, chasing dupes is never a good idea if you're free to play. I would say always target banners that, like, have not a lot of units you don't have, right? But I guess, like, getting dupes of these two is, you know, far from the worst thing in the world. They're so powerful. So definitely, I would say everyone should summon on this banner. That future category team is going to be very fun to run. Tech Vegeta Blue, we know how dumb he is. Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. I'm very curious to see if we're going to be able to run Super Saiyan 3 Bardock's team moving forward, if a lot more people are going to be running it or not. But there you go, guys. Future Gohan's banner was a surprise. Very, very good banner, and I was not expecting Super Saiyan 3 Bardock to be on here. That is really a game changer. But, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.